Lust is wanting something that God has not given to you.
I didn't start talking to Doug until he was divorced. And we were just friends for a while, and then it turned into more. I went to people that I trusted and said, hey, I know I'm in a position where people are watching. I want to use wisdom, and I'd like for you to come and help, us walk through this relationship.
How to end an affair. And here's the dilemma that you're going to face. You want to be a good person to everybody. Everybody wants to be liked. And you've told both people that you want them, your spouse and this person. And this person's different than your spouse because all two people would be. You need to identify what you're getting out of it. You also have been building dreams with both people. You have the dreams of your spouse and what life's going to look like. And then you have the dreams of vacations and fun things and all kinds of creative sexual encounters. You have to understand why this affair is so important to you, or why you're even having an affair. Ending it's very hard.
The foundation of this controversy lies in Doug Weiss's divorce from his wife, Lisa. Doug claimed that Lisa had abandoned him, which he cited as the reason for their separation. However, Lisa's side of the story paints a very different picture. Reports suggest that Lisa was not only willing to reconcile, but was actively begging Doug to stay and work on their marriage. This stark contradiction raises serious questions about Doug's motives and the truth behind their separation. Imagine being in Lisa's shoes, devoted to a marriage of over 30 years, only to be told you've abandoned it when, in reality, you're fighting to save it. The emotional toll of such a situation is unimaginable. Lisa's willingness to reconcile highlights her commitment to their union, while Doug's decision to walk away leaves many wondering if there were ulterior motives at play. Was this truly a case of abandonment, or was it a convenient narrative to justify a new relationship? The lack of clarity here is not just troubling, it's heartbreaking. Kindly like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring you more thought-provoking content like this. Joni Lamb, a prominent figure in the Christian community, lost her husband, Marcus Lamb, in 2021. Her grief was public, and many admire her strength during such a difficult time. However, just a year after Marcus's passing, Joni entered into a relationship with DougWeiss. Marrying him shortly after his divorce from Lisa was finalized. The timing of this relationship has raised eyebrows and sparked intense debate. Biblically, marriage is considered a sacred covenant, and the speed at which Joni moved on has left many questioning whether she honored the sanctity of her previous marriage. Was this a genuine connection, or was it a rushed decision made in a vulnerable state? The emotional vulnerability of losing a spouse cannot be understated, and some have speculated that Joni may not have fully processed her grief before entering into this new relationship. This situation forces us to reflect on the delicate balance between personal happiness and biblical principles. While Joni had the right to remarry as a widow, the circumstances surrounding her union with Doug have left many in the Christian community uneasy. As a marriage counselor and sex therapist, Doug Weiss built his career on trust and transparency. Yet, when it came to his own divorce, he failed to disclose the significant life change to his clients and employees for nearly a year. This lack of transparency has raised serious concerns about his integrity. Imagine seeking advice from someone who preaches the importance of honesty in relationships, only to discover they've been hiding a major personal upheaval. This duality is not just hypocritical. It's damaging to the trust placed in him by those who look to him for guidance. Doug's decision to keep his divorce under wraps until the last possible moment has led many to question his motives. Was he trying to protect his professional image, or was there something more calculated at play? Either way, this lack of openness has cast a shadow over his credibility and left many wondering if he truly practices what he preaches. Joni Lamb's decision to marry Doug Weiss was met with widespread concern from those closest to her. Her adult children, pastors, and longtime friends all cautioned her against a relationship, citing red flags and potential consequences. Yet, Joni chose to move forward despite their warnings. This raises a critical question. Why would someone with such a strong faith foundation disregard the counsel of trusted advisors? Joni's insistence on pursuing the relationship, even in the face of opposition, suggests a level of determination that borders on defiance. Was she blinded by love, or was there a deeper reason for her refusal to heed the warnings? DougWeiss's ambition to have his own TV show on Daystar, Joanie Lamb's network, has added another layer of complexity to this story. Some have speculated that his relationship with Joni was less about love and more about advancing his career. This theory gains traction when you consider the timing of events. Doug's divorce was finalized just months before he and Joni announced their engagement. Coincidence? Perhaps. But when you factor in his long-standing desire for a television ministry, the pieces start to fit together in a way that's hard to ignore. Was Joni merely a stepping stone for Doug's professional aspirations? If so, this raises serious ethical and moral questions about the foundation of their relationship. Love should never be a means to an end, and if Doug's motives were indeed career-driven, it undermines the very principles he claims to uphold. One of the most heartbreaking consequences of Joni and Doug's relationship has been the division it has caused within the Lamb family. Joni's children, Jonathan and Susie Lamb, have been vocal about their concerns, expressing deep reservations about their mother's decision to marry Doug. Their opposition stems not only from the timing of the relationship, but also from their belief that it contradicts biblical principles. Imagine the pain of losing a father, and then watching your mother enter into a new marriage that feels rushed and questionable. For Jonathan and Susie, this situation has been a source of immense emotional turmoil. They've had to grapple with their love for their mother while standing firm in their convictions. The tension has been so severe that it has reportedly led to rifts within the family, with Joni's children feeling alienated and unheard. This family division is a stark reminder of the far-reaching impact of personal decisions. When two people come together, their choices don't just affect them. They ripple out to touch everyone around them. In this case, Joni's decision to marry Doug has left her children feeling betrayed and disconnected, raising questions about whether the relationship was worth the cost. Joanie Lamb has long been a vocal advocate for the sanctity of marriage. When her late husband, Marcus Lamb, confessed infidelity, Joni chose to forgive him and fight for their marriage, even when she had biblical grounds for divorce. Her decision to stand by Marcus became a powerful testimony of grace and commitment, inspiring many in the Christian community. However, Joni's current marriage to Doug Weiss, a divorced man, stands in stark contrast to her previous stance. Doug's divorce from Lisa Weiss was not based on biblical grounds such as infidelity, but rather on claims of abandonment, claims that Lisa has disputed. This inconsistency has left many questioning Joni's judgment and discernment. How could someone who once championed the importance of fighting for marriage now justify marrying a man whose divorce seems to lack biblical justification? This contradiction has not only tarnished Joni's reputation, but has also undermined her ability to speak with authority on the subject of marriage. It's a painful reminder that even the strongest convictions can be tested, and sometimes compromised, in the face of personal desires. Lisa Weiss, Doug's ex-wife, has come forward with shocking allegations that add another layer of complexity to this story. According to Lisa, Doug's infidelity extended beyond emotional betrayal. It also involved a misuse of ministry resources. She claims that Doug used Daystar's private jet for personal trips, some of which were allegedly tied to his relationship with Joni Lamb. These allegations are deeply troubling, not only because they suggest a breach of trust within Doug's marriage, but also because they raise ethical concerns about the use of ministry funds. If true, this misuse of resources represents a serious violation of the trust placed in Doug as a leader in the Christian community. Lisa's revelations paint a picture of a man who was living a double life, publicly advocating for healthy relationships while privately engaging in behavior that contradicted his teachings. The emotional toll on Lisa, who trusted Doug implicitly, is immeasurable. Her decision to speak out is a courageous act, but it also underscores the pain and betrayal she has endured. Pastor Jimmy Evans, a respected Christian leader, played a significant role in guiding Doug and Joni's relationship. He provided counseling and officiated their wedding, seemingly endorsing their union. However, critics have pointed out that Evans never consulted Lisa Weiss, Doug's ex-wife, to hear her side of the story. This lack of due diligence raises serious questions about the integrity of the counseling process. How can a relationship be deemed healthy and God-honoring if only one side of the story is considered? By failing to consult Lisa, Evans may have overlooked critical information that could have shed light on Doug's character and the circumstances surrounding his divorce. This oversight has led many to question whether Evans's involvement was more about facilitating the relationship than ensuring it was rooted in truth and transparency. It's a sobering reminder that even well-intentioned leaders can make mistakes, especially when emotions and personal biases come into play. At its core, this controversy is a cautionary tale about the tension between personal desires, biblical teachings, and the responsibilities that come with public ministry. Joni Lamb and DougWeiss are both prominent figures in the Christian community, and their actions have far-reaching implications. Their relationship has sparked intense debate about the importance of aligning personal decisions with biblical principles. It has also highlighted the challenges of maintaining integrity in the public eye, where every choice is scrutinized and every misstep can have lasting consequences. This story forces us to confront difficult questions: how we balance our personal happiness with our commitment to biblical truth. How do we navigate the complexities of relationships while staying true to our faith? And how do we hold leaders accountable when their actions seem to contradict their teachings? The relationship between Joni Lamb and DougWeiss is a complex and deeply emotional saga that touches on themes of love, betrayal, faith, and accountability. As we reflect on this story, let's remember the importance of seeking wisdom, honoring biblical principles, and prioritizing integrity in all areas of life. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue this important conversation together. Thank you for watching, and may we all strive to live lives that honor God and reflect His truth